installing a new furnace in the heart of the hilo smelter. The modernization of the hilo smelter is the most important environmental project within the mining industry in Peru. It will allow Southern Copper Corporation to improve the smelting process for copper concentrates with a new and advanced technology to be used for the very first time in South America. With this new process, called Desasmelt, not less than 92% of all sulfur dioxide emissions originated in the plant will be captured, while recovering the heat from the furnace exhaust to produce saturated steam for power generation. The project is a component of the program for environmental adaptation and management that our client, Southern Peru Copper Corporation, has engaged to comply with the emission standards set by the Peruvian government. The amount to be invested is $400 million, and the works are scheduled to be finished in December 2006. As part of this project, COSAPI SA, in a joint venture with SSK Company, was commissioned to execute a K-12 contract, which includes the construction of facilities for material handling in order to receive concentrate, mix it with flux, and feed it to the furnace from a conveyor belt at a rate of 100 tons per hour. The scope included the installation of 5,100 tons of steel structure, 3,200 tons of equipment, 10 kilometers of process pipe, and 1,000 kilometers of electric cable. The most complex erection to be done by the COSAPI SSK consortium is the Desasmelt furnace and heat recovery boiler, which is located within a 70-meter-high steel structure and represents the heart of the hilo smelter modernization project. The erection maneuver we will watch now was performed on May 25, 2006, and it was done to install the first piece of the heat recovery boiler. This piece, called Shaft 1, is a vertical column with tubular walls through which circulating water will cool off the gas generated by the smelting furnace. The cooled gas will then go through an electrostatic precipitator to remove the solids in suspension. The cooled and clean gas will then be transferred to an acid plant to produce sulfuric acid and emit clean gases to the environment. Walter Piazza, General Manager of COSAPI, and Ivan Rodriguez, Construction Manager, were at the site during the erection maneuvers. The job was directed by Jorge Pariona and assisted by Carlos Castillo and a crew of 85 persons, which included riggers, surveyors, and safety personnel. This is a job done by the COSAPI SSK consortium, which has a 2,400-ton structure, and the whole building was assembled in an 8-month period, which is considered as a record, taking into account the building's height, 75 meters. Now we will install shaft number 1, which is an important part of the project. Well, Jorge Pariona, our chief engineer, is leading this process, and the last-minute arrangements are taking place in order to install the shaft. Then a transition piece is installed, and then we will continue with shaft number 2. For performing all maneuvers, every measure was taken in order to assure both personnel and equipment safety. Every participating person was instructed on preventive actions to be taken with respect to safety for every process, according to the Safety, Health and Environmental Manual. I come from Hilo Port. I currently work in the smelting plant project for COSAPI, and I control that workers and cranes have a valid permit to enter the area. One of the crucial processes for installing the heat recovery boiler is welding. Welding has become a very important part in this type of projects. Welding now requires lots of study and training, and there are engineers specialized in welding. The knowledge I acquired, together with my experience, has made me a mature supervisor, so I really feel confident working in this project, which I think is a challenge to our company. Now we will install shaft 1. We have 2 cranes, the 300-ton hydraulic crane located in the southern area and the 500-ton crane in the northern area. The 500-ton crane will raise the load until it takes a vertical position. Then we will elevate the load to a temporary position where it will hang until a gantry crane lifts the load and moves it to the final position inside the building. When 8 steps and detailed drawings were prepared for each step, indicating crane position, involved weights, assumed safety factors, and corresponding levels and positions. Because of the high complexity and risk, the maneuver demanded well-detailed planning, which led to a detailed rigging plan, which took into account loading limits for the cranes to be used and interferences caused by the building. This could be done thanks to the experience and thoughtfulness of the COSAPI SSK staff, as well as to the support of Fluor engineers who reviewed the structure design limits to approve the rigging plan. Ozer Erial, vendor representative of Oshats, the company that manufactured the boiler, reviews the final details and gives a final okay to start the maneuver. The process starts with the two cranes lifting the load at the same height. The 300-ton DMAC crane with a 24.6 meter long arm delivers the load, while the 500-ton Manitowoc crane with an 85.3 meter long arm lifts the load in order to place it in a vertical position, first at 30 degrees, then at 60 degrees, and finally it reaches a vertical position. Right now the shaft is in a vertical position. The DMAC crane releases the load so that the Manitowoc crane continues with the procedure, first displacing itself approximately 6 meters following its caterpillar chains. From this new position, the Manitowoc crane performs the final turn, delivering its load to a temporary beam. The shaft will hang from a temporary position 8 meters away from its final position inside the building.
Al lado norte, 30 centímetros de espacio. Gira despacio, más despacio. Sigue girando despacio. Gírame a la izquierda, Nelson, gírame a la izquierda. Arriba, arriba. ¡Alto, alto, alto! Yo puedo bajar el templador. El templador se puede bajar y se puede subir, ahí nomás regulé.
Now the shaft is supported by the 4 project holders 60 meters above ground level. Tomorrow, the green gantry crane will lift the shaft again and transport the shaft 8 meters inside the building. The job performed today is the result of our determination to do everything well. It is the result of good planning and good organization. And certainly, it is the result of teamwork. I think that we are used to do jobs such as this. We did not have any major problem, and I want to thank the construction team that supported us. Thanks a lot to all of you. Well, we have witnessed a successful job with this maneuver. Perhaps this is the most important step in the project, and it has been shown that in our country we have companies capable of doing this type of jobs. What surprises me is the time and the agility for performing such a task. Teamwork has been successful. It was a quite stressing job, quite risky, but every safety measure has been taken. This, together with good planning and coordination, led to a successful maneuver. This project, which corresponds to a mainly environmental program, will allow us to have high capture of SO2 or sulfur dioxide gases and it will allow our company to comply with government regulations for gas emissions.
Por encima de lo que está en el requerimiento del PAMA. La maniobra
The
en sí ha
maneuver
sido
per se
realizada
has been performed in
con
a
bastante
perfect manner.
perfección. Yo creo que
I think
lo
most
que ha ayudado
valuable
mucho ha sido el
was
planeamiento
prior
que se ha hecho
planning,
previo.
the
La prueba en
simulation
vacío
test
que se hizo
performed to identify
también para
interferences,
asegurarse que todo iba a funcionar y el resultado
and so on, in order to
un
make sure
shaft
everything
colocado ya en su
would
posición.
work out well.
Y
The final
esperamos
result
que,
is a
así
properly
como
placed
se ha
shaft,
colocado
and
este
we
primer
hope
shaft,
the same way
el
in which
resto de los
this
componentes
first
del
shaft
tablero
has been
se haga
placed,
también
that the remaining
en los
parts of
plazos
the boiler will
estipulados
be placed within
para
the
poder
established
cumplir
schedule,
nosotros también
so that we
con
may achieve the
la meta del
project
proyecto.
goals in time.
En los otros frentes que
We
está
are
trabajando el
working
consorcio
as a team with the
COSAPI
COSAPI SSK consortium,
tenemos un
and the works
avance
are well
bastante bueno.
advanced.
Esa
We
es
have
la
great
meta que
goals to
tenemos
achieve in the
y
next few
hacia eso
months,
estamos
and
apuntando.
today we have reached a milestone
Este
that
hito que hemos
confirms
logrado
that
hoy día
we are
es
going
una
in the right
confirmación
direction.
de que estamos en el camino correcto.